I used to read this book called The Ugly Duckling, and it was so profound to me. I literally became the part of the story that I was so believable into. I was like, if I'm natural, then I'll have the grace, right? But I'm like, sometimes that's wrong. Is it? And I'm like, it isn't always the same thing as what you're saying. What I'm saying is, like, people can be like, oh, look at you, you're beautiful. And they were doing that when I was a child, and then I got hit on. And I'm like, does that make me a bad person? I'm really sorry. There's a lot of things that I would have been like, change it. We're going to do things better now. But if I am like the cheerleader, the captain, thank you, grandfather, for being in the Navy. Thank you, Howard, for being in special ops military. I'm like, I'm not even in any of those clubs yet, but I still have this where I'm like, it's like I had a membership, and I was like asking people to sign their petitions of being like, woo, we gotta sign for our safety of our troops. And I'm like, my grandfather was a really kind man. But just because I feel like I'm ugly doesn't mean that I have to be like that. It's like looking in the mirror and then your fears wake you up. You're like, so whenever I'm able to like get my progress back, I'm like, it's something that I don't even know if that's ever going to happen to me. But we have so many things that are like, you're the boss. You're the boss. You got the whole room to yourself. Okay, well, if I were bossy, I wouldn't be putting rules on you to tell you that you need to be a different type of person approaching me. I would just tell you, be a kind person. And then you'd be like, yeah, I'll do it myself. I know, it's like, what bravery do you need to continue to have for yourself when you are going places alone? And alone is serene. You remember Serenity? It's just like the stars are all very happy and they're waving on for another course that they get to share together. And I'm like, the course is still there. The course is still active. Yeah, for the stars, it definitely would be, right? But then it's just like, did I vow to have secrecy before I came to this? Yeah. With the Department of Justice, they were like, don't share everything, don't spill everything. And I'm like, after working with you, I already know how humble you are. And that when you say don't, someone is standing right behind that desk. So it's like, we got all the keys and now we're just trying to find out what door to put them in. And we have to do this on our side time because we're already like full or empty. We're already like, I'm waking up every day and being like, I'm gonna do this for my treatment. And this guy was like, everybody in the whole world is me sick. And I'm like, yeah, I picked a pretty good place to live because, like, where I was living was, like, with my best friend from asylum. And I was just like, we were crazy in love. And it's like, everything that I'm saying is part of the tunnel vision. Everything that I'm saying is part of the tripods. It's part of the cyclones. And when we wash ourselves away and get swept and carried, I just have athleticism. That's still working for me.